today I'd like to talk about apologies. There's a lot of misunderstanding about apologies, and in spiritual terms there's a lot of misunderstanding about forgiveness. So I'm going to lump the two together for a moment and talk about apologies and feeling sorry. Well, I don't believe that your sorrow serves anyone, and I don't believe my sorrow serves anyone. So what I rather do is, when I want to apologize, as in when I notice there's something where I don't feel good about what unfolded and I'd like to address that with the person, instead of coming up to them saying, I'm so sorry. I mean, if you need to say that for your own heart, then that's perfect. But the saying of it and the offering them sorrow doesn't really offer them anything. So what I want to talk about is offering them something else instead, something that can give them something and you at the same time. When you're not reinforcing that your sorrow will improve their sense of hurt. So that's very valuable. And yet your understanding, your new understanding, will serve both of you wonderfully. So if you are really feeling that something needs to be addressed, like in 12 steps when they say making amends, then this is what I'm suggesting. I'm suggesting when you go to the person, first and foremost, you thank them perhaps for waiting for you if you were late. Thank you for waiting. I'm late. Thank you so much for waiting. So instantly you're into gratitude and you're into appreciation of them. You're also into taking total responsibility and acknowledging that you were late. So thank you. Thank you for waiting for me. Yes, we said 1 o'clock. Thank you for waiting for me. It's 2 o'clock, Because meeting someone with your excuses and a whole list of reasons why it's not your fault, that doesn't really help them feel met or seen by you, or it doesn't help you take total responsibility for your own experience, which in that moment is probably guilt if you're giving lots of excuses. So I don't think there's anything whereby us becoming more of a victim supports the appreciation of the other having waited. So I like to just say simply, thank you so much for waiting. Thank you, really appreciate it. Really so glad you're here and still available and open to me. And if you've anything to share about how you feel, having waited this long, please go right ahead. Please share how you feel. So that's one thing. Another thing is that because your sorrow doesn't serve anyone, if I'm coming back to someone and say, yeah, I'm not happy about how that was earlier, I'm not happy about that now, how that was earlier, I like to share what I've learned. I feel I was nasty, unkind, disruptive, angry, frustrated, spiteful, a bit snippy, or lackadaisical. So I like to share what I now see about what was happening. And if I feel that there were circumstances even that I was unaware of that were puppeting me, thoughts, beliefs, experiences, understandings, or lack of understanding that was in effect, then I can share those. But I'm not sharing them as an excuse. I'm still sharing them as gratitude. I'm simply sharing this is what I've learned since then. And then of course this is for myself. So it's not dependent on the other person really even appreciating or wanting to hear a story, because it's not coming from guilt. So it's not coming as a defense. Yeah, there's something very easy about allowing someone off the hook, for want of a better word, when they come to you and they say, I've had a lot of insights since we last met, or since we last experienced or joined or talked, and this is what I've seen for myself. I think that's just so valuable. So saying sorry is like an epidemic. So in Ireland, every 5 seconds, if you're trying to move from one shelf to another in the grocery store, you're going, sorry, can I get by? Sorry. Oh, sorry. And sometimes people would just start saying sorry, apologizing, and nothing has happened. It's just like something to say, but it's a default experience of yourself, like apologizing that you exist even. So it's very helpful to start to notice those commonplace usages of word, not because the word is wrong, but why are you saying that? Why do you believe that you being sorrowful would make someone else feel better? It doesn't. Now it's really challenging when it comes, I've noticed, to things like funerals. What do you say if you're not going up saying, I'm sorry for your loss? I'm sorry for your loss. And so it's merely about coming into a state of mind where instead of going into automatic responses, that you just simply invite the Spirit to say, okay, well, what's really helpful here? Perhaps it just is that word again, but what's really helpful here? And perhaps then there's some way in which you touch, reach out, hug, or give an eye look to the person you're connecting with that says a lot more. And so in these very small ways, we can invite the Spirit into our lives in this intimacy instead of this programmed, habitual way of being. And it's quite a discipline to watch just for that one word. Sorry.